Hello guys, so I welcome you in the lecture 0 of introduction of section 1, okay, which is introduction of this. In this lecture, we'll talk about input and output in C++, okay, how we take input in C++ and how we print something in the output, okay, which is usually on the display, okay. So to, let us, give the example of the use of we perform the input and output using C in and C out, okay, where C out is the instance of outstream, okay, outstream uh, class, okay, and this is the instance of the in-stream class. Scene is the instance of the in-stream class, okay. Scene uses extraction operator, okay, extraction operator, which looks something like this, okay, to take the input inside a variable, okay, whereas the cout uses insertion operator, okay, insertion operator, which looks something like this, okay, to output any particular thing. Let's suppose, let me give you the syntax. So syntax would be C in, then extraction operator, and then the name of the variable inside which we want to take the input, okay. This is the syntax for the input, okay. The syntax for the output is going to be something like this, okay. So it would be cout, then insertion operator, and then we will write the name of the variable that we want to print on the screen, okay, and lastly we'll end it with semicolon, okay. So yeah, this is the syntax for the output, okay. Now let us talk about these input and output by taking an example, okay. So let's suppose we have a program has include iostream, okay, using namespace standard, okay. uh, Inside the main function, let's say we only declared, we only defined a variable, okay, we didn't uh, assign it a value, okay, we haven't assigned it a value till now, okay. So but we when we assign a value, we write it this way, okay, int a is equals to 10. Let's say I want to assign it a value 10, but in this case we haven't assigned it a value. Let's say we want to take the input now inside this variable a. So the input that we are going to take inside this will also be an integer, because the data type of this variable is an integer, right? So what we'll do, we'll write C in, then we will print, we'll type the extraction operator, and then we'll give the name of the variable, which is a. So this is how we take the input inside a variable a, okay. And now to print the value of a, what we do, we write cout, then we give the insertion operator, and then we give the name of the variable, and lastly we end these statements with semicolon, and the main function closes, okay. So when this upon executing the program, when this statement gets executed, okay, this statement gets executed, so it asks to enter any particular value inside the variable a, okay, and then if we print a, the value that we given in the input gets printed on the screen. Let's see how this work, okay. Let me take you to the screen, to the Visual Studio Code actually, and let's write another program, okay. Let's call it input output output.c++, okay. Let's write the boilerplate code, okay. Okay, okay. Now let's say we defined a variable a, we haven't given it a value, right? Till now we have not assigned any value to it. So now let's say we want to take the input inside this variable, okay, and now let's say we want to print it, so we'll print it this way, okay, okay. So yeah, so let's use yeah, that is fine. Let's try to run this program now. So now upon running this, it asks to give it a value, okay. So let's suppose I give it a value 10. So 10 gets printed on the screen, okay, after I give it a value 10. This is why because this, I take the input first inside the A and then I print the value of A. So I give the input first, so I give the value 10 and then 10 gets printed on the screen because A has the value 10. If I will print A plus 1 here, A plus 1, then 11 gets printed on the screen after I give the value 10. Okay, let's see. Let's say I give the value 10, so 11 gets printed on the screen. So this is how input and output works in C++. Okay, similarly, to take input inside any other variable, let's say I define a string variable s, okay, and then I can take input inside this string using cin, okay, and let's say I want to print the character at the string only, okay. And endl, I have already told you that it is end line statement. It is used to move the execution to the next line, or it is used to end the line here. Okay, so let's see. Okay, let's give the end line statement here as well, so that the execution moves to the next line. Okay, now it will first ask to give the value to integer a. Let's say I give it a value 2, will get 3 as the output, right? Because I have printed a plus 1. Now I have to give a string in the input. I can give even the numbers, okay, but let's say so let's give the numbers as well. Now the string gets printed on the screen only. Okay, so yeah, this was all about the input and output in C++. Okay, so hope to see you in the next lecture.